Love is an everyday miracle. It feels sudden, irrational, and all-consuming. But beneath the poetry, there is a predictable biology and psychology at work. In this episode, we'll map the chemistry, circuitry, and long-term processes that shape romantic love. We'll ask why some loves burn bright and fade, while others become steady bonds that last decades. We'll explore hormones, brain systems, attachment styles, sex differences, and practical takeaways that can help relationships thrive. Let's begin with the chemistry. Falling in love engages powerful neurotransmitters and hormones. Dopamine, a key reward neurotransmitter, floods the brain when we encounter someone attractive or meaningful. That dopamine surge produces intense motivation, feel-good rushes, and focused attention. The desire to be near the person, to seek them out, and to replay small interactions. The brain regions most active here include the ventral tegmental area and the nucleus accumbens. The same reward circuitry involved in food, music, and novelty seeking. That explains the obsessive thinking, the energy, and why early-stage love feels intoxicating. Oxytocin and vasopressin are next. Often called the bonding hormones, oxytocin is released during physical touch, hugging, orgasm, and close social contact. It promotes trust, social recognition, and calming effects. It helps partners feel safe and connected. Vasopressin, studied extensively in animal models, is implicated in pair bond maintenance. Together, these hormones shift a relationship from novelty-driven attraction toward attachment and caregiving. Importantly, oxytocin does not create love on its own. It modulates social salience and bonding in context. In other words, the hormone amplifies what the relationship already signals. Serotonin also changes during early romantic love. Some studies find reduced serotonin levels in new lovers, similar to patterns seen in obsessive-compulsive disorder. That reduction may underlie the intrusive thinking and repetitive image rehearsal of a beloved during the early months. Over time, as relationships stabilize, serotonin balance typically recovers and obsessive patterns decrease. Now, the brain circuitry. Early romantic attraction lights up reward centers and reduces activity in areas linked to critical judgment and social risk assessment, the prefrontal cortex. That neurological dampening helps explain why lovers overlook flaws and take risks for each other. The amygdala and insula, involved in emotion and visceral feeling, also participate, helping code emotional salience and bodily states. Meanwhile, neural networks connected to social cognition and theory of mind support, understanding a partner's perspective, essential for empathy and long-term partnership. Why do some loves become lasting attachments and others fizzle? One big factor is transition. The shift from passionate love, driven by novelty and reward, to companionate love, characterized by deep attachment, shared goals, and mutual care. That transition is neither automatic nor guaranteed. It depends on shared activities, mutual support, conflict resolution, and how partners cultivate secure attachment. Secure attachment, formed early by reliable caregiving, makes it easier for adults to trust and engage in vulnerable communication. Attachment styles are not destiny, but they influence how people interpret partner behavior and whether they escalate or soothe conflicts. Long-term stability is also shaped by practical scaffolding, shared routines, meaningful rituals, aligned values, and ongoing novelty. Studies of long-term couples find that couples who maintain positive shared activities, show gratitude, and repair after conflicts are more likely to stay satisfied. Small habits, saying thanks, weekly date time, or dividing practical chores fairly, compound into relational capital. Novelty matters too. New shared experiences release dopamine and refresh reward patterns, so steady love benefits from both safety and occasional surprise. Are there sex differences? Research finds some average differences in how men and women experience and express love, but these are tendencies rather than rigid rules. Men sometimes show stronger correlation between sexual attraction and feelings of love in early stages, while women may weigh emotional intimacy and long-term prospects more heavily, often a product of both biology and social roles. Hormonal cycles, life stage, and cultural expectations shape these patterns. Importantly, individual variation is large. Many people don't fit any stereotype. Now let's address compatibility versus chemistry. Chemistry, that immediate pull, is real and driven by reward circuitry and salient cues. Compatibility, alignment of goals, values, lifestyles, predicts long-term success more reliably. Both matter. Fast-burning chemistry can create a strong initial bond, but compatibility and skills in communication, conflict repair, and mutual support are the engines of longevity. What about heartbreak? The end of a relationship triggers neural and hormonal patterns similar to addiction withdrawal. Studies show activation of pain and craving circuits after rejection. People experience literal physical pain, disrupted sleep, appetite changes, and strong urges to reconnect. Time, social support, meaning-making, and behavioral activation, engaging in activities, socializing, exercise, are the most powerful remedies. Cognitive reframing, understanding the breakup as a learning moment rather than an immutable failure, also speeds recovery. Let's cover a few evidence-based practices to promote healthier romantic outcomes. 1. Nurture secure attachment behaviors. This includes responsiveness to bids for connection, consistent reliability, and repair after ruptures. When your partner expresses need or vulnerability, small actions that show attention and care, a steady look, a validating sentence, a practical help, build trust. 2. Practice high-quality conversations. Research shows that open-ended, curious questions and reflective listening strengthen intimacy. Schedule talk time, where you discuss hopes, fears, and daily moments without distraction. Use I statements to reduce blame and summarize your partner's point before responding. 3. Cultivate gratitude. Daily expressions of appreciation, short messages, a thank you ritual, increase positive sentiment and relationship satisfaction. It's not grand gestures that matter most, but regular micro-affirmations. 4. Keep novelty in the relationship. Try a new class, travel to an unfamiliar place, or learn a hobby together. Novel shared experiences trigger the brain's reward systems and help maintain attraction. 5. Manage conflict with repair. All couples argue. What predicts long-term health is the ability to de-escalate, apologize, and repair. Use timeouts when conversations heat up and always come back to finish the discussion. Small repairs after conflicts are stronger predictors of relationship survival than the absence of conflict. 6. Align on key values early. Conversations about money, children, career priorities, and lifestyle create clarity and reduce later surprise friction. Compatibility conversations aren't romantic, but they are practical and protective. 7th, self-care and regulation. Your own emotional regulation, sleep, stress management, fitness, shapes how you show up. High stress reduces empathy and increases reactivity. Investing in your own mental and physical health is relational leverage. Let's briefly touch on cultural and lifespan variations. In some cultures, arranged or family-assisted marriages produce high long-term satisfaction through clear expectations, family support, and shared obligations. In individualistic cultures, romantic choice and passion are emphasized. The neuroscience of love applies across cultures, but the pathways to stable bonds vary with social structure and norms. Across the lifespan, the expression of love changes. Young love is more dopamine-driven, midlife bonds often center on partnership and parenting, and later life love may prioritize companionship and shared meaning. A note about neuroscience hype. Biomarkers like oxytocin or dopamine are not love pills. Oxytocin can increase trust in some contexts, but can also amplify in-group bias or make social signals more salient. There's no simple hormonal shortcut to build a healthy relationship. The science points to mechanisms, but lasting love requires behavior, communication, and shared context. If you want one practical routine to try this week, here it is: the 3-minute connection. Every evening, spend 3 uninterrupted minutes focusing on your partner. Ask, what was one small good thing today? Listen without planning a reply. Then each say one appreciation. Close with a short physical touch, a hand on theirs, or a brief hug. This micro-practice increases daily positive exchange and signals care. In closing, love is a human-scale miracle created by chemistry, brain circuits, developmental history, and everyday behavior. Passionate chemistry lights the flame. Attachment hormones, mutual care, and shared practices keep it burning. Understanding the science removes mystification and gives us tools, not guarantees, to love better and more sustainably. Thanks for watching. If you'd like a printable list of the relationship practices mentioned, an SRT for this episode, or a thumbnail and layered PSD matched to the video, tell me which one, and I'll produce it next. Subscribe for more evidence-first explorations of how our minds and bodies shape the most important parts of life.